It's the Bro Show. It's Lucas and Jacob. I gotta do a long drag of cold brew before the big show.
Exactly.
That showbiz.
I'm glad we live in this present moment because I feel like cold brew is going to get banned pretty soon. By pretty soon, I mean the next 100 years.
And when you think about
It's
it,
really bad.
stuff is already getting banned because Judy Garland, before her big show, wouldn't she do a bunch of drugs and stuff? And it was just normal. Whereas nowadays we could do that, but it wouldn't be normal. But it was normal back then, so it's just sad.
But it was still illegal, right?
That's the thing. I don't really know all the details. I just know the movie. Our grandma always tells us the story of you guys do so bad for Judy Garland.
But I guess
because the studio gave her stuff to bring her up, and then after work, gave her stuff to bring her down.
Oh, Judy Garland's story is sad, but the thing about it is that it sounds like we're talking about normalizing things. So we could totally. We don't need to tell the audience, but we could totally normalize doing drugs before the podcast.
Oh, wait. Should we?
I feel like just the two. I feel like you only need one other person to normalize something. Like, if you had one friend or someone with you, like, you guys can normalize the most crazy shit and then just don't tell anyone about it. And in your own little head, you guys will think it's normal.
That's true.
So maybe that will be another time.
You guys, I just want to be serious for a moment and say I don't support movie studios drugging actors. Can we have a moment of silence for that?
Yeah, let's do that. There's a sesame seed on my jeans. So I guess I actually was doing silence, but while I was doing the silence, I looked at my jeans and there was a sesame seed.
Were you meal prepping this morning?
No.
Wait, so why would there be a sesame seed?
Meal prepping sounds so funny. I'm just picturing like a bunch of to-go containers. It's not even funny. Like, there's nothing funny about meal prepping.
It's just funny thinking of someone actually doing it.
Yeah, like, it just sounds funny being like, and then I picture it in this like OCD way that is so funny.
No, but I've always tried to get into meal prepping. Obviously, I've meal prepped like chicken and stuff, but I never have meal prepped whole meals. But there's been multiple times in my life where I've started watching TikToks, videos about it. And then every time I'm just like, okay, it's getting to be too much. Like you said, I think it turns into an OCD thing where it would take over my whole life.
What I realized is, why would you do meal preps when you can just make easy ass meals? So I feel like I would probably not really meal prep, but what I do is just make meals that are under 5 minutes, aka just put quick oats in the microwave. And then also like another easy meal would be like, okay, just put ham on a piece of toast, you know?
Oh yeah,
I think that's the better.
Even when I do make chicken for dinner, it takes me 10 minutes. So what would be the point of meal prepping that and having gross microwave chicken when it literally takes me 10 minutes to do it on the stove? And put the microwave rice in, get some microwave veggies, and you have a complete wholesome meal.
Facts.
I know, I just spit facts. But
that's actually true, though.
Welcome to Hot Topics! Since
Hollywood, babe. The only thing we're missing is I always loved on Wendy Williams when she would bring an insider in. I wish we had someone from People magazine that was at the Oscars and they would always peep in and kind of say something that's kind of fake. Say, okay, so did you know that Timothy Chalamet actually did this?
Okay, so there's no proof of this, but it's been alleged by sources that this happened at the after party.
Yeah, I wish we had like that insider here, but
shout out. I was gonna say shout out to Wendy Williams being free though, so now that she's free, we're going to do her segment Hot Topics to celebrate it.
Is she actually free, though?
I don't know. All I know is I'm just confused. Because I did see clips of the documentary of her, like, really sick, like, last year? Was that 2 years ago?
Yeah, so with that documentary, I feel like I honestly didn't want to watch it because I was just...
It's so dark.
Yeah, like, it just felt not... Like, it didn't even felt like it was entertainment. It just was like, this is kind of gross.
And it was just
by
scary.
Gross, I mean, it's just gross that it's kind of being filmed and
I know,
stuff.
like, exploited. And the whole thing was she got rapid dementia. And I remember just being scared, like, that can happen. But now she's just normal again. Like, she's back to the old Wendy, just like a goofy Wendy. And she's, like, doing full interviews talking. So I just don't understand the human brain. I just don't understand anything. Was she under a spell? Was there a witch involved?
Oh, I guess...
Hermione?
Or was it just like I don't even know that much about this whole thing, so I don't want to dive too deep, but don't some people say it's like because of a conservatorship and So they want to control her money. So they said that she
Oh,
had dementia.
yeah.
But I don't even want to put that out there because I don't even know if that's true.
I do remember at the beginning of all this, she was all freaking out before the conservatorship, and she said, "You guys, I tried to withdraw money from Wells Fargo, and now they're putting me in a conservatorship." And aren't you with Wells Fargo? I'm just kidding. I'm not going to reveal what bank we're a part of, but
Yeah.
all I'm saying is, guys, don't take out more than $20 at a time at these banks because they cannot be trusted. I swear if you try to take out $200 to go to Vegas or something for tips, you'll have it knock on your door in the middle of the night. Your whole family will be like, "Oh, they went crazy and now they're under a conservatorship," and they'll just make everyone believe it. So you guys be careful with the banks. That's all I'm going to say.
You guys think it only happens to these rich people, but I bet if you do withdraw $500, the men in black, whatever that conspiracy theory is, are going to knock at your door and say, "Stop withdrawing money. It's for us to invest." Because they don't want you to withdraw it because they invested or some shit.
I know. I remember a few years ago, I saw this whole TikTok of this 18-year-old deep diving on how the banks are all corrupt, and I took everything they said as a fact.
And now both of us just store our money in basements and mattresses.
I know. But honestly, they made it sound so scary. They were like, "Yeah, you can't, your money that isn't yours. It's the banks." Sort of, they were saying "Yeah, they'll lock you up if you ever try to take it out. And it's all a big scam, but we're all just going to keep doing it, obviously."
But if we're being completely honest, it's only if you take out, if you're so rich, right?
No, people have even said they tried to go on vacation and they took out this money and now they're locked up. No, I'm kidding. It is if you try to withdraw $10 million, but even so,
I know
if Wendy Williams wanted to withdraw $10 million, she should have been allowed to.
I know that is crazy thinking about if you were just a rich and you did have so much money and you did want to withdraw that amount of money. You couldn't just do that. You probably could, but you'd have to give your bank a few days to.
Yeah.
And also, is there such thing? I actually don't even know if that is there such thing as $10 million cash. I feel like they would just give you it in a check or something.
Yeah, I feel like they wouldn't even have that.
Yeah, $10 million in cash. That'd be buckets.
Yeah, I don't really get that, but I just don't really get conservatorships in general because I've always thought this with Britney Spears. With even when these really elderly people apparently get dementia, that one I guess. Maybe I get, but even then still, it's shouldn't they be they're the ones who made the money. Let them blow it if they want. Why should the family be able to step in and say, "No, you need to keep it"? If Britney Spears, if she was 25 or however old she was and she wanted to just blow all of her money and thought she was going down the wrong path, she's a human she's an adult, so shouldn't she be allowed to do that? I know obviously some people might be "Oh my God, it's so destructive," but I just don't get it.
I guess maybe they could do a new thing where because I do get trying to not make people homeless. So let's say someone did make a bunch of money that, if someone was actually coming from a good place, which I don't know if any of these people are, but if someone was actually from a good place,
that's the whole idea of it.
"Oh, we actually just don't want you to be homeless because you have enough money that you could live off of it." So for that, I get it, but it is weird thinking that someone else would control your money. But I guess at the same time, it's when this person does spend all the money, won't they be so mad being "Why didn't you guys save me from my destruction?" So I feel it is supposed to be a good thing.
Well, that's what they tried to do with Britney Spears. The dad was saying the whole time, we're just trying to protect her. So it's just sad because it would, in theory, it sounds like a good idea. If someone goes... They for some reason have a mental lapse and they go off the deep end, but then it just always seems like it gets abused.
But
Wendy Williams, she was on that radio show saying "You guys, I'm just locked in this hospital room."
But we'd have to find more out about it because we only know two circumstances. I remember Wendy Williams said on the Breakfast Club, that's what was the interview, right? Yeah, she said just in the state of New York alone, there's thousands of people in conservatorship. So what I would want to know, are most of these people in conservatorships, are they elderly people? I feel I actually kind of want to read something about the entire conservatorship thing because it's not just celebrities. It's there's probably just people with normal amounts of wealth under conservatorships.
That's what's sad though, because they wouldn't even be able to get their voices heard.
Yeah. So
and there are circumstances like Wendy Williams where maybe you did have a period where you really went downhill and then you all of a sudden recover. And then you're just locked in a hospital room. And then everyone would be but something might happen again eventually. So you have to stay locked in here for the rest of your life. That's just scary.
No, yeah, that it is scary. And then the whole thing is mind-boggling.
But as far as we know, Wendy is free. Okay, hot topics. So this is the big T episode. We haven't really done a full episode just about current events. give our take on everything, tell them what we're thinking, and dive into the gossip.
Yeah. I mean, let's talk about what's happening, you know?
So recently, the Oscars.
That was literally the past Sunday. So is this officially the end of award season, or is there still like another one?
I think it's over. It's over. The Grammys, the Oscars, the Golden Globes, they're all done. The Oscars is the culmination of it all.
All I think of when I think of these award shows now is just because I've listened to it so much, and I think the song is like so good, but also so funny if you listen to the lyrics. All I think about is the Doechii song now. I just think about when she says in the song, it's why am I just going blank right now?
I look pretty from the nosebleeds?
No, she says something like you wonder what would have happened if I lost. I guess we'll never know. But she doesn't say it like that. What does she say that makes it sound
like
flow?
Doechii's gonna freak out. Doechii's gonna go crazy.
Basically she says you guys will all wonder what would happen if I lost. I guess you'll never know. It just is such a funny thing to say. It'd be kind of funny if someone actually said that on stage.
Also, it'd be cool if somebody actually got mad when they didn't win. Which I guess kind of that might be Diane Warren. I don't know if it was some editing that I saw in this clip, but I guess she's like has the record for the most nominations for an Oscar, but she never wins.
This, yeah.
She's a songwriter and she's been nominated so many times for Best Song at the Oscars, and each time she doesn't win. And it showed her face when they called the other person, and she didn't clap. She was just mad. And then she was talking to the person next to her, like kind of mad. But they always usually start clapping. Like I saw when Ariana Grande lost, like she immediately stood up clapping. Oh my God, like we're so happy for you. But I think since this is like the 25th time this woman's lost, she's like, I am done. Like, stop effing nominating me if you're not going to give me a fucking trophy.
No, okay, here's the thing. Okay, so just being nominated once or twice and getting mad, I'm like, okay, unfortunately, you're kind of reaching. But this lady, I genuinely understand her. This is why I understand her. I don't understand her because it's like she like this is why I understand her.
What were you even saying?
Isn't just a thing like I don't need to describe what I'm saying.
Yeah,
you just get the vibe.
It.
Okay, can you picture getting just making it this whole moment? For, let's just say she got nominated 12 times. 12 times and still not winning. Okay, now, how do I explain it? The reason why I understand it is because at a certain point, if you were in charge of the Oscars or one of the voters, just vote for her because she's been nominated that times. I feel like at this point, I would actually kind of consider it rude. Like, I feel like it's rude that they're even nominating her. Like, I actually kind of believe that.
No, but the sad thing is like, this might just be the reality.
But also, it's such a privilege to even win to get nominated that many times.
No, but maybe she just makes these songs that are so good and they're right at the cusp of being a winner, but they're always just slightly below. You know what I mean? That's a reality. Like, maybe the voters are actually voting for the song they think is the best. Every year they think she should be included in like the group, but then when they actually analyze, she always just falls a little bit short. So maybe I don't know.
Yeah,
do you think it'll get to the point though where next time she says, I'm not going. I'm not freaking going.
Yeah, because I feel like I get what you're saying. Is this thing where it's like even being nominated, it's like you obviously have a great song and stuff, but then it does get to a point where it's like you obviously are great at what you do, but I guess just each time you're just outreaching the mark enough.
But also, if I was in the Academy and I knew that she was mad that she didn't win, I would never vote for her because I'd be like, I want to see her get mad again. You know what I mean?
I feel like I would have to vote for her because I'd be like,
it'd be a mix, but there is some. But would you really just want a pity win?
No. I would actually listen to each song, but I would of course be thinking because I feel like what I realized with these award shows, there was way more going into it than just the performance. There's like a whole entire backstory that they're kind of following.
Oh yeah.
So I feel like I would pay attention to the backstory, you know?
Well, for me, that would be she's never won and she gets mad, so I'm gonna not vote for her.
Yeah, so you could choose two sides to the backstory.
Let's take some time to thank this episode's sponsor, Green Chef. This year, it is time to ditch the fads and the trends and start creating healthier eating habits that last with real clean foods. Luckily, Green Chef makes that super easy with recipes curated for a variety of lifestyles and dietary needs.
Even when you're super busy, Green Chef will come through with salads that are ready in 5 minutes or less, ready to blend smoothies, and grab and go protein-packed breakfast. If you want to create better eating habits that last, Green Chef will also come through with their dietitian-developed recipes featuring fresh organic produce and quality whole foods delivered straight to your door each week. The other day, I had one of their recipes. It was these pork patties with some coleslaw. It was very delicious, and I ate it up. I was a happy person that day.
Can I get an AA for being healthy and having tasty food?
Thrive all year with clean, easy meals from Green Chef. Go to greenchef.com/BroShowFree and use code BroShowFree to get started with free salads for 2 months plus 50% off your first box. Go to greenchef.com/BroShowFree and use code BroShowFree to get started with free salads for 2 months plus 50% off your first box. The #1 meal kit for eating well.
Also, did you know Green Chef is owned by HelloFresh? And with a wider array of meal plans to choose from, there's something for everyone. Jacob and I love switching between the brands, and now our listeners can enjoy both brands at a discount with us. Thanks, Green Chef.
Yeah.
But yeah, the Oscars were great. You didn't watch, right? You saw clips?
I just watched the parts that I cared about the most.
I didn't watch the whole thing. I recorded it and fast-forwarded through most of it. But I watched like the opening monologue was really good.
I watched the opening monologue with
and
Conan
then the
O'Brien.
Opening performance. Ariana and Cynthia?
Yeah.
Cynthia? Wait, what did I say?
Yeah.
Cynthia?
I heard about it, but I didn't watch it.
It was
she performed Somewhere Over the Rainbow?
Yeah, that was already good. But then Cynthia came out and it was just insane. Like, when she was singing, I was just like, what? Like, I actually felt like I was getting chills. And I was like, I'm in my recliner getting chills right now from someone singing on the TV.
I need to watch this.
She is just such a good singer. And when she was singing, her mouth was open and it was like doing this thing where she was holding a note where the bottom of her chin kept going up and down. You know, like people do that in movies? Like, they're singing, and like the bottom of her mouth is going up and down. It's like, she is an instrument.
That's effing crazy.
Her throat is an instrument.
Now. I know, it's so
And then like
talented.
Ariana Grande was to the side of the stage watching her, and everyone was just looking at her like, what? And then everyone was just confused, like, how is this real? And then it was revealed she was all pre-recorded.
And then they sent her to jail because they said she was too talented.
That's what's so scary though. Like, I'm thankful that we live in a day and age where Cynthia can reveal her voice, because couldn't you picture, even in the 1930s, I picture some girl gets on stage and sings like that and they say, lock her up. It's witchcraft. And they would just say, you guys, even in the 80s, I bet they would say, okay, give her the death penalty because this is just weird. It's the Antichrist. It's the devil. Because when something's that powerful, I feel like people want to lock it up.
You literally said you felt like crying. So I feel like if that actually was a universal feeling, it could be viewed as a positive thing, but I could see like a Village or something that viewed it as a negative thing, being like, you have the power to make anyone cry. What?
I know, and they would get chills and be like, you just did a spell on me.
Yeah.
But she did the classic "ow" thing at the end.
Oh, I fucking love it.
It's just weird because it sounds exactly like the movie. It's like, what?
I know, so they don't even need like those reverbs and auto-tunes or whatever.
I know. There's just been so many performances over the weekend. Also, Sabrina and Tate McRae performed. Not at the Oscars.
Saturday Night Live?
Tate McRae did Sports Car at Saturday Night Live.
Okay, I did watch this, and I was like, oh, it was cool.
I know. You guys have to listen to Sports Car, by the way. It literally sounds like Buttons by the Pussycat Dolls.
But you
the modern
didn't
version.
think this at the beginning.
I remember thinking, I did read about it on Reddit before I listened to it, and people said, it sounds like Buttons. And I was like, I get it. It sounds so like early 2000s, like Britney Spears.
Because I need to talk about my first time.
Like, you actually thought it was like sampling it.
Yeah, because my first time listening to Sports Car, I just wanted to do a little story time. So I'm pretty sure I was sleeping, and then I woke up at like 2 o'clock, and I was like, I just can't get to bed. And usually I'm always like, I'm just going to go back to bed. But I just couldn't go back to bed, and I kind of wanted to have like a more calm down moment. Actually, what I'm about to say isn't even a calm down moment, but it was a Thursday night, and I'm like Thursday nights when music gets released. It usually gets released at midnight. I'm always excited to listen to the new music. So the Sports Car music video was out because it came out at midnight, and I was like, oh no, watch that, because I was excited for a new song. And when right when I listened to it, I didn't see anyone's like, because I just clicked and I didn't see anyone's like reactions. I just was like, wait, that's so cool. She's sampling the Buttons by the Pussycat Dolls. But then I literally just went to bed 10 minutes later. And like when you think about stuff in the morning that you do in the wee hours of the night, you actually kind of view it as a dream.
Oh yeah,
yeah. So I kind of viewed it as a dream not even happening, but. Yeah, it sounds so much like the Pussycat Dolls, but I don't even, I went on Genius and it's not even like a sample or interpollude or whatever, so it just sounds so similar, but it's not.
I know when I saw she released a song called Sports Cars like that, already I was sold. I was like, Sports Car is a title. That already sounds early 2000s, like caring about sports cars, you know?
Yeah, yeah, definitely. Sports cars, I know like there's always people buying sports cars, but whenever I picture a sports car, I'm not picturing like a Lamborghini or anything. I'm picturing like a Corvette because
I know. I'm just picturing Tila Tequila in a bikini on MySpace laying on a Corvette.
Yeah, because I feel like Corvettes are way more special because in most of the world, people can't afford Lamborghinis. They're so expensive. So if someone does have a good amount of wealth and they want a sports car, they get a Corvette. And I feel like Corvettes just, I actually don't want one or anything, but I just feel like the idea of a Corvette is very, it just reminds me of like plastic surgery and stuff. And I know it's just all in my head,
it reminds me of
does.
tanning beds, ruining your skin at a young age, like overfilling your face to look like you're 40 at 22. Like it's all these iconic imagery.
But it also has this image that is also kind of iconic to me of this older guy. He's not gross, but he is like, you can tell he's aged. Like by aged, I mean, let's say he's 48 or older. And I just picture, there's obviously a gross scenario, but in my head, it just seems so funny. I picture him like driving through like the streets of a city being like, I'm so cool. I hope a 20-year-old gets in my car. And like that image is just so hilarious to me.
Okay,
and that's what I think of when I hear sports car.
Well, that's why this song is so funny, because it's just so funny even imagining a girl thinking it's so cool a guy has a sports car. Like, I just love that idea because it seems, is that actually a reality? Because I feel like I'm in such a day, we live in such a age where people make fun of people like with sports cars saying, oh, they're compensating for something. But there obviously are girls out there who are like, I love a sports car.
Isn't
like,
there
if
for
a guy
sure?
has a sports car, they're like, oh my God.
Yeah, I mean, haven't people always married people for wealth? So I feel like some people would just be like, I just love how they have the money for a sports car. It looks so cool. I feel like there would be some people like that, I'm assuming.
But the song is so good. And and the SNL performance was so funny. It's just so funny because she's such a dancer. And I love how like she doesn't even pretend to, she's not like lip syncing or anything. She sings and then she dances. Like, I love how she isn't trying to pretend like, oh yeah, I'm going to sing while I'm dancing. It's like, I'm going to fully dance right now and just the song is going to play. Like, I love that commitment.
Yeah,
she's like
she's
like such a dancer, right? Isn't she from like So You Think You Can Dance or something?
Yeah, but
I think I remember hearing that.
Where did Sabrina Carpenter perform? I haven't seen.
She performed at the Brits.
Oh, the Brits! That was like, yeah, I saw so much about that. I didn't see. I know watch anything, but
she performed on Bedchem, and the performance was so intense. Like it was just her with her legs spread the whole time on a bed. Like it was just bringing back like getting people mad over performance, even though I haven't seen anyone get mad about it. I feel like that's what she was trying to channel.
Because she was like having sex in a bed?
Yeah.
I kind of remember from like the Madonna Truth or Dare documentary, that was such a controversial part of her tour. I don't know what tour it was, but they would bring out a bed and she would be like dry humping everything. Like I remember like they showed that in the documentary when they were talking about how provocative or whatever the tour was. So it's funny how like bringing out a bed. Like
I know there were no, I'm pretty sure if my memory's right, there were like at least 10 beds on the stage. And there was like a mountain of beds because like she was at the top of the pinnacle of the bed mountain. Then there were all these other dancers also dancing on beds. And there was all just bed dancing the whole song. It was great.
Yeah, I definitely need to watch that then. Okay, but the Oscars. So like the movie Anoa won so much.
I know we talked about watching this movie months back and loving it.
I think we watched it on like the night it came out.
Mom, we were true Anora
not
stands.
the night it came out, but the day it came out, I guess.
Oh, I was so happy it won. I was just so happy for Sean Baker. He won like best director, best screenplay, best editing because he even edits the movies.
Yeah. So I read this article yesterday about because I was like kind of thinking like, why doesn't this happen more often? And I guess the reason why it doesn't happen more often is because like Anoa is more of like an indie movie or independent movie. And he does more of like a DIY type filming thing.
Oh, so that's why he would want so many.
He does it all himself, like all those tasks himself, whereas like most of the time it would be different people doing it. And that's crazy. He took home so many Oscars, but I was just so happy because I've seen like 4 of his movies, and I feel like this was just like I could like tell from watching his other movies. I didn't watch like the Florida Project when it came out, but for like the past 4 years or 5 years, maybe I've watched them. And I feel like it was a build up to this, you know?
I know we watched one of his movies years ago.
Tangerine.
Yeah, it's all filmed on iPhones.
Yeah.
So it's cool. He went from like that to like, then he made like this kind of more, it's still independent, but it was like more of like a bigger budget movie and it won all these Oscars. Like it's just the whole story is crazy. And then someone was saying 10 years ago, he was editing wedding videos.
For real?
Yeah, because he went to film school and then I think he was just like struggled for so many years and he was editing wedding videos 10 years ago and now he won the most Oscars in one night since Walt Disney, I think.
I saw something like that too.
Yeah, so did Walt Disney also edit his movies? He must have.
No, I saw that. This is what I saw. I saw the reason why Walt Disney won that many awards is for multiple movies. So,
he had multiple releases.
Because the article that I was reading saying the reason why, like I said, the reason that doesn't happen is because like most people don't do all that. But yeah. From all those Disney movies, it must have been a year where he released like so many.
Oh my gosh! And then, is it Mikey Madison?
Yeah,
Mikey Madison. I've always accidentally say Mickey Madison, but Mikey Madison won Best Actress. She beat Demi Moore, which some people were mad about.
I feel like they both had such great performances, but I was so excited for Mikey Madison because. So I definitely want to watch Anoa again when it comes out on streaming, but I just feel like watching that movie once, like since I saw it in the theaters, I just like, there's something magical about it. And then I was even more amazed, which I'm assuming is part of the reason why she won the Oscar, is reading all these interviews. I've like watched and read so many interviews about her and stuff and hearing about how like it's nothing, her character is nothing like she's like in real life. I think that's like so fascinating to me.
Didn't she go out to the Jersey Shore like a month before and just hang out with all these strippers and stuff to really get in the
I think she went there 4 months before.
Oh my
I just watched like a video on it. Like, yeah.
That's crazy. But yeah, I feel like she was definitely the person who I wanted to win. Because yeah, Demi Moore, I loved her and The Substance was so good, but I just feel like and Mikey Madison, just her performance was way more just intense because Demi Moore, she was like, she obviously did so good when she was on it, but half the movie is that other girl. Whereas, Nora, like Mikey Madison's in the whole movie. And like she has to go through this whole journey. Just crazy.
No, I just feel like
crazy.
I was honestly just like I was just so happy for everyone that was involved in that movie. And then I'm just so excited for what he does next because he sounds like he's so excited to do more movies.
I don't wonder if he's already like about to film something or anything.
I guess we'll see. I don't know. I wonder if he'll continue to do because all the movies that I've watched that he directed and wrote were all about sex work. So I wonder if he'll continue to do movies that like a big theme of it is sex work.
Oh yeah, I wonder. But also the guy from Home Alone won an Oscar.
Oh, he did? What?
Kieran Culkin. He's the one he was the, Macaulay Culkin's the main guy in the Home Alone movies. But then there's that other little guy with like the big glasses.
Wait.
That's his brother and that's Kieran Culkin.
Okay.
I don't even know if I'm saying his name right, Kieran.
I know who this guy is, but I didn't know they were both in Home Alone.
Yeah.
Oh, that's insane.
I know, and then he won an Oscar.
Okay, so I haven't watched that movie yet, but you've watched it, right?
Oh yeah.
I feel like it was fun watching the Oscars this year, watching clips of it. Because usually I felt like some of the movies I was like, I just haven't watched these movies. But there probably has been other times I watched the movies. But that's why I liked watching it this year because I actually loved to know it so much. So I actually felt like I was kind of involved in it.
I know I didn't watch every movie that was nominated for like Best Picture, but I feel like I watched a lot of them where usually most years I feel like I don't know what most of them are.
Yeah, I feel like this was probably the year I've watched the most of them. I for sure didn't even watch half of them, but
another tidbit about the Oscars is Kamala Harris watched it at home with Doritos. I saw this on Reddit when I was researching Hot Topics. So I went on like the pop culture Reddits, and this was one of the top posts of the week.
Oh my gosh, thank God she didn't win president.
I know. What is she doing? I'm just kidding. But I just think it's what I thought was funny about the whole thing was she was eating Doritos, but she poured it into a bowl. And I just want to know what type of people everyone here is. Because I'm the type of person where I would never waste a bowl on that. But I actually like how she's romanticizing her life. It kind of goes into, in one of your videos, we said, it's so cool how sometimes we go to a bar and they'll pour the beer into a glass. Like, it just kind of elevates it. Like, that's her. Like, she's elevating her life. She's like, I could eat them out of the bag. She's not above that. But she's like, let me get a bowl out and pour some Doritos in there. You know, like, I like how that's actually a real thing. Doesn't that seem like something that would happen in a movie?
Yeah, but
I love how I'm acting like the act of pouring chips in a bowl is like the most intense thing.
No, but the reason why I kind of get it is for this reason. No, I have never done this either, by the way. But the reason why I actually get it is because it's way more cleanly.
That's true.
If there's two people, even two people, just you and your significant other, that share a bag of Doritos, that's honestly kind of gross. I just feel like pouring it in a bowl is the way more cleanly option, especially on Oscars night. So it's kind of like, I'm just picturing she was with like 5 other people. I just feel like you have, like, if we're being completely honest, it is kind of gross. And then so many people lick their fingers because the dust is the best part. So I feel like, yes, it does have to do with kind of making it a moment, but I kind of like another big part of it is cleanliness.
Oh, yeah, just to fill you in more, like, I'm pretty sure she wasn't with 5 people. It seemed like it was more of a solo thing with her and her husband. Because she was in like like sweatpants kind of. It gave the vibe of like, oh, we're just like, we're chilling. We're going to go on the sectional couch and like get in the corner and just watch the Oscars.
So who took this photo then?
I think her husband. I don't know if he posted it or she did, but it just said like Oscar night.
But also it could be kind of a thing where she's like, why would I show Doritos? I want them to pay me if they're going to show it, you know?
Oh, don't you bet she got so mad at her husband? She's like, bitch, we could have gotten an advertisement for that.
I know, so, but she like hid the logo though. It's like, technically they could be
no, but
AO1 Doritos.
It actually showed the act of her pouring them. She showed the logo of Doritos. It was the act of pouring from the bag to the bowl.
Oh, because I was going to say they could be like, yeah, Trader Joe's Doritos, or I don't know, any Doritos.
I feel like stuff like that is why she lost. Like not eating out of the bag, you know? No, I'm just kidding, but I love her seeing a little update about her, you know? Like for some reason, since she didn't win, in my mind, it's like she's like not alive, like she's dead or something. It's just because I feel like she was so focused, Kamala, but then like now it's like she lost, unfortunately, and now it just like seems like she's just,
I feel
in
like
my mind, it's just like,
because-
where'd she go, you know?
Yeah, it's because you hear so much about the presidential nominees.
Yeah, I know, but I'm happy she's still just living as good as she can, eating those Doritos, watching
Another
the
thing I
Oscars.
saw about her is she was at like the fire benefit concert a month ago or something.
Oh, but she's in the audience like dancing?
She was just in the audience. I don't think she was dancing though.
Okay.
So yeah, like that's what I also saw about her.
She was also seen there.
Okay, I also saw this video. Another thing about her, if anyone cares, a video
Kamala updates.
a video from years ago where she was at this parade and she was sitting on the back of a convertible.
Wait, she's like that type of
Yeah,
girl?
because she was I think wasn't she the Attorney General?
Oh, so she got to sit on the back of a convertible
Yeah,
to parade?
I feel like we've probably already said this in our personal lives, but I just wonder, like, because both of us have so many years left of life, like, I just wonder if, even I'm talking about in small town Wisconsin, I just wonder if there'll ever be a day where one of us is on the back of a convertible waving at everyone in the town. Like because I could very well see it never happens, but I also could see a world where, like, it somehow happens.
Oh, yeah. I don't want to brag, but I have been waving from a parade at the Hollywood Parade on the Walk of
On
Fame.
the back of a convertible.
I don't know what we were on the back of. I don't remember it being a convertible because I remember it being very high up, but I was on a parade float waving.
Okay, so that's already very cool.
In our hometown, I was in the parade multiple times because I was part of the dance studio, and we would do dance on a float at the parade. It wasn't a convertible again, but yeah, I've been in multiple parades.
I think the one time I was in a parade was like for our dad's job. He had they had a thing and we threw candy.
Oh, that was so fun throwing the
I
candy.
remember
But then,
throwing it so it hits people's head. I'm joking.
but I remember then candy throwing got canceled because
Why?
someone got ran over. But it's like, girl, what was going on? Like,
Oh, because
aren't the cars
someone
going
wanted candy that much that they ran up.
Aren't the cars going so slow? Like at all the parades I've gone to, the cars are going 3 miles per hour. Like someone got ran over. But I guess when you think about it, if you're driving the car, you're probably not even looking in front of you because you're just waving to the side, hi everyone, and then little do you know you run over someone because they're trying to get a Tootsie Pop or something. But I think candy throwing has gone back into style. They just had to stop for a few years to reevaluate. Like, okay, what's going on?
Yeah, I remember loving going to that parade though.
I know it was so fun getting a bucket and I don't know. That's what's weird. No, they always say giving a gift is better than receiving it. It was so much fun throwing out candy when I did it, but it was also so much fun getting it. Like I don't know which one was more fun. It might have been more fun throwing out the candy.
Yeah, they both were fun.
Just weird.
No, I feel like that. I feel like whoever made up that quote, is like. I feel like that's not even how some of these quotes are like, you're just trying to be a good person. I feel like that quote actually kind of is true. Like,
I just proved it with my parade analogy.
Oh, even like if you if someone loved Big Macs and you got them a Big Mac instead of getting yourself one, like I could see you actually enjoy it more. Cause like I'm just so excited that they got one.
Oh, that's for sure. Yeah, that's true. Just so you guys be generous. But speaking of actors and actresses, I think you might have already looked. We made a Google Doc, but
I already did see.
Guess who the top paid actress of the year was, according to Forbes.
I'm gonna guess the Stolen Night.
Wait, that's an actor. I said actress.
Oh, I don't see gender, but what?
And who's the top paid actress? Female.
Oh, Stolen Night's sister?
No, it was Nicole Kidman.
What?
I know, I'm so happy for her. People always make jokes about how she's always working, and she is. She did 3 TV shows this year.
For like Netflix or?
I don't even know where these were. I remember I saw one on Netflix, but she did 3 TV shows, and for each one of them, she got paid $1 million per episode. $1 million per episode. She also did all these movies, and she's also a little Balenciaga girl. She does like Versace campaigns. Yeah. All of it together. She made $31 million.
Congratulations!
She won capitalism this year.
When I hear $1 million, now this is the next song that goes into my head. Because I think I already said Oli on this thing. This song, I think of this song. 100 Gex, $1 million. Because when I listen to that song, it reminds me of being a little kid and hearing $1 million.
Oh, yeah.
$1 million. $1 million.
Hey.
Obviously, $1 million is still effing insane, but I just feel like when I was 10 and someone said, they're a millionaire, I feel like I just got this other image of like craziness. Just like I pictured helicopters.
I know.
Private islands.
I feel like I would rather be Nicole Kidman rich than like Elon Musk rich. Because if you're a billionaire, I feel like it's just like, what am I even doing? But if you have like a cute 30 million, it's like, let's live it up, And it's still like, you could still be like, eat the rich, because you'd be like, it's not about me. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I feel like,
you'd be like, you guys don't focus on me. I only have 30 million. Like, let's focus on the billionaires. Like, imagine being a Nicole Kidman and every week you make $1 million. Like, I feel like I would just be like buying a bunch of stuff. That would just be like, I have $1 million every week, so why would I really care,
But I feel like that's what's crazy about money is that
I gotta buy an espresso machine.
Like the $31 million, I'm like, that's fucking crazy. But then it's worth thinking about if someone's a billionaire, they have like $30 million. Like I just feel like the idea, it just gets to a point where like, yeah, it just gets to a point where it's like, I just don't.
Fun if you were a billionaire. You'd be like, so what am I even doing?
Well, I guess if you were a billionaire, give away $950 million, and boom, you're at what you want to be at.
Oh, that's true. Just always keep giving it away. Yeah, I was about to say, then you always only have 50 million, but that's actually what you guys hold me accountable. Like if I become a billionaire and I start like a shoe company and it pops off, I'm going to always call Nicole Kidman each year and just ask her, like, how much money you got? And whenever she has, that's how much money I'll have.
The thing about
I never want to go above her.
Yeah, I mean, I wonder. I wonder how much money she does have because she has more than that. Because like,
That's true.
she might have like.
I would still
Yeah.
I'd be like, I'll be at her level.
That'd be so fucking funny if you become a billionaire and you were so famous. And the article for Forbes was, he calls Nicole Kidman every year and donates the rest of his money to be equal to her wealth.
Oh, that'd be funny if people because everyone hates billionaires. Obviously, people would like protest Nicole Kidman and say, "Don't work this year, don't work." They would say, "You're working too much. He's gonna have too much." Like they would say, like they would make her not work, so then she would only make $0 that year,
Yeah.
and then the billionaire would have to give away it all.
I feel like that's actually like a good method. Like I feel like a lot of these billionaires should start doing that if they want to give away their wealth. Just being like, I'm gonna only have as much money as Madonna.
Yeah,
Which I think she probably already has so much fucking money. But
Yeah, I feel like if I was a billionaire, I would probably switch it around though, because after 3 years, I'd be like, I'm bored of Nicole Kidman's money. Like then I'd change it to Kristen Stewart.
I feel like I
Then
would
I would change
call-
it to Jennifer Lopez.
Yeah, and then change it to Ryan Toys Reviews.
That's true. I'd start going into the influencer world.
Yeah.
What were you gonna say? But that's kind of weird that she made $31 million and that's the top paid actress. But if I remember right, during like the height of COVID when they released the Forbes list of influencers, weren't they making that much? Like these really big influencers, like these Charlie D'Amelio added, like weren't they making like $30 million for 1 year?
Yeah, I guess they probably do so
it's
much
like-
promotion and shit.
So it's like
ads
Nicole
or whatever.
Kidman's nothing. She's nothing compared to Charlie D'Amelio.
No, yeah, that is
Little
crazy.
broke girl.
I feel like, I mean, it's not like, I guess it's not even that crazy because social media is like just as big as
Also, I guess
these
when you
movie
think
industries.
when you think of acting, it's like, oh yeah, she got paid for her acting, and also she's a star, so she markets the projects. But Charlie D'Amelio, if she actually had 100 million followers, like that is such a huge thing that's so many people. That's probably more
Yeah.
people than what all of Nicole Kidman's work reached in 1 year, right? Charlie D'Amelio's dance videos outsold.
I feel like not, but I guess I have no idea. So the next topic is the Cataracts and Dove released a song, and it's called "Make Your Body Whistle." And I honestly found out
It's the Cataracts.
I found out about this like a month before it was released, and I was like, I went out like 2 weeks maybe, and I was like, I am so excited for this.
I remember I got one DM, maybe they're listening, and somebody said, Lucas, I think you'd want to know about this. And it was the announcement of Devin the Cataracts. If you guys just need a little refresher, I'll just sing a few of their hits. Like a G6, everyone knows that one. But then bass down low, bass down on my waist, through my hair. Okay, now everyone's on the same page.
And then they have another big song. I wanna be a backseat driver so I can be a backseat driver.
Oh my God, that one album that Dev released, I don't even know what it was called, but that was hit after hit. In my trunk, it's in my trunk. I got that thump, it's in my trunk. Lightspeed.
I feel like
I remember Lightspeed was that was my like song.
When I think about being in elementary school, it's so funny thinking about being like in my headspace back then because I swear I would have like 5 albums on my iPad or whatever. I think I went through like iPads. Did I say iPhone? I had different ones throughout the years, but I remember having that little square one that was like so
the
dumb.
Nano.
Remember?
Are you talking about the one without even a screen?
Yeah, that one. Because I remember this is another story. I feel like I've already said this on the podcast years ago, but I'm gonna say it again. During show and tell, someone brought one of those, and they said, "Yeah, this is what I got." And
An iPod Shuffle?
No, like the little iPod with the circle.
Oh, you're about the actual Nano.
Yeah, and I remember being like, "Bitch, that's cool."
Oh yeah.
But yeah, I kind of had one for a moment, and yeah, but thinking about being back to those years, I remember the Katy Perry. What's that album called? Hot and Cold.
One of the boys.
I listened to that album so much. I remember, this is kind of funny listening to this in elementary school, but I remember I listened to the album by Rihanna. This is so gross, but like I never listened so much to, like the album that has like, if you want it, put your name on it. And then there's this song on there.
Wait, wasn't that album called Rated
Yeah,
R?
I didn't even know what this meant at the time, but there was that song that was called like Birthday Cake, and it was so gross.
It's not even your birthday.
I didn't even know what that meant at the time, but I just love like the beats but the Dove album, I feel like for like there was a whole year where like, that was on
I
repeat.
know. I can see the cover in my head. It's like her and like she has this long flowing dress on or something. What is it?
No, it's like one of those. If I remember, I think
It's like a
one of,
cartoon.
I think it's one of those dresses where it's not really a dress; it's just like the box coming out.
Yeah, but do you remember Lightspeed?
Yeah. But
I don't even
how
remember.
did it go?
I remember I
don't know.
I was used in that era. I was obsessed with any song that had a breakdown after the chorus, and that song had that. It was Lightspeed, and then it went to some chorus.
And then when you're a braggadocious vibe, me, I used to live in a little uptown. Now I sell out shows, dancing all around, flying around, doing my thing, and
don't be mad because they calling my name. Starting on these toes, brand new flames, and the hammer.
And I think that's the song when like you live in small town Nebraska and you're in the old market in Omaha.
Oh,
like,
once you make it to the old market in Omaha.
I used to live in a little uptown. Now I sell out shows.
That actually is how it was growing up in Nebraska in a small town. I remember one time I went to a Kesha concert and we met these people who lived in Omaha. Like me and my high school friends met them. I remember they made it sound so cool, glamorous living in Omaha. Like you would have thought it was Gossip Girl Manhattan. Because remember they just said, yeah, like some weekend, just come down and like we can smoke cigarettes in the old market. And I think they actually clarified. They said we can smoke Marlboro Reds in the old market. And I
Why is that like the Gossip Girl?
I remember picturing myself. I never took them up on it because I just felt too intimidated. But picturing myself in the Omaha Old Market smoking Marlboro Reds, I was like, I don't know if I'm ready for like that amount of like that's too city.
Oh, like it would probably change your life.
I know. I was like, I don't know if I want to open that door to these city slickers. But
Make Your Body Whistle. It didn't live up to what I thought it was going to be.
After everything we've just said, how can you live up to that? Like, how can you live up to Lightspeed? Like, we have all these preconceived notions of Dev. And then I know she's been kind of releasing music every now and then, but this is like the big comeback with the Cataracts. Like, the first song I wasn't that in love with, but I'm ready for them to work. They just did a whole album.
Oh, yeah.
It's time to get in the studio and get 20 songs going.
Oh, yeah, I would hope they do a whole album because Make Your Body Whistle is going to be in like the playlist, you know? Like it will be in like the playlist for like, I don't know, when I'm like, oh, let's party. Like, maybe I'll play it. But I feel like I won't ever, it's not a song that I'd actually listen to, unfortunately.
It's not as good as In the Dark.
Yeah.
I remember that's when I started getting mad at pregnant people with Dev. Because remember, she got pregnant right as her album released, and then she never released another album. And I remember just being like, I hate pregnant people. But then the same thing happened to Cardi B. Bodak Yellow came out, and then she got pregnant. But luckily, Cardi B fought through it, and she's still released. But I just hate when these pregnant people ruin music careers. And I know they'll never meet me, but they ruined my life. And I wish they wouldn't have the joy of having a baby just so I could listen to music, you know? I wish they would do that for me.
There has been a few people that do have a baby and then they still consistently release.
I feel like that's over. Like with Dev even, like she could have still made music, but she probably was like, oh, I just want to take some time off and, you know, raise my kid. But like nowadays, I feel like if you have a kid, no, it doesn't matter. You still do the WAP music video. You know what I mean? Like it doesn't, you just keep going, luckily, because there's nannies and stuff.
Yeah, it depends what type of, yeah.
They aren't slowing down anyone nowadays.
Different strokes for different folks.
That's what is so funny about being a pop star. Because like it's so weird how like a Sabrina Carpenter got pregnant. Like there'd be a lot of like 30-year-old gay men who are mad. They'd be like, what the hell? Like why did now we won't have another album for so effing long? Like they just want to like control her life.
I know. It's like
she's like, I'm literally just want to have a kid.
It actually would happen though.
I know, because he'd be like, well, you better still be working.
Someone should, yeah, nothing.
So then I just had a little thing saying, what are some new songs you've been liking?
Okay. What have I been listening to? I've been listening to Young Lean's new song.
Hey!
Rebecca Black's new album is good.
Oh my God. I was listening to her EP or whatever when I was on the treadmill this morning, and it was like, it actually felt like crazy listening to Salvation while running.
Oh no, because
I don't need you to save me.
And then once you get like 2 minutes into the song, I didn't notice this till like a few listens. You notice that it gets into like this like space type vibe.
Oh my God.
Like there's this backtrack, I don't know what it's called, where it actually feels like you're entering a new dimension.
That's her best song she's ever released so far.
Salvation.
And then even the music video, she's wearing that One America shirt.
Oh my God.
That is the best thing ever. Like she kind of looks like a gas station person. Like these people who would smoke cigarettes outside of the gas station and wear these America shirts, but like she's making it glamorous and she's in this barn. Like the whole music video, I don't really get it. Like, how does she have higher like, I think she's independent from what I know, but she has like more high quality music videos than these people signed to labels.
Oh yeah. When I watched the music video, I was like, this is crazy.
No,
Like,
it was actually
just, in the beginning, a monologue thing. It just was so cool.
I need to watch it again because I don't even like remember that.
You remember someone died or like
I remember
she's saying like a buck of black died.
I was kind of scared watching it because but when I clicked on it, YouTube asked me, "Are you okay with watching a video that features self-harm?"
Wait, for real?
And I remember thinking, I guess.
Oh, I didn't even know that.
But then it's just because she stabs herself in the heart with a knife.
What if every video that I uploaded, I didn't know it, but YouTube says that?
Because are you okay with being around depressing energy?
Yeah, these are just like suicidal vibes.
But that's kind of like took me out of the music video a little bit because I kept being scared. Like, is she gonna like, what's gonna happen?
Oh, yeah.
But it was just her stabbing herself in the heart. You
Maybe
know, like
I watched
that's
it
so
soon.
over the top that it doesn't even matter.
Yeah, it was like maybe if there was like a really slow-mo of her slitting her wrist, that would kind of hit harder.
Yeah, whereas like if someone stabs himself in the heart, it's like that's just fun in camp because no one ever does that. Like, when's the last time that happened? I actually don't think that's happened in the U.S. ever since 2002, and someone just did it to be dramatic.
Random question: do we have enough willpower to actually do that? Like, I don't know much about like people like the craziest suicide attempts, but is that do humans have enough willpower to actually stab themselves in the heart?
Somebody's done it.
Like I know, but that's just makes me think like you actually that's like crazy. By like willpower, I just mean like they actually can do that.
I know that is scary, but she did it.
Insane.
Rebecca Black did it, and I just love that song.
No, yeah, I haven't fully listened to the whole EP, but I definitely
I feel
wanna.
like I won't even get into the rest of the EP for like a few months because I'll just keep playing Salvation.
Oh, no, that's what I've kind of realized is that I kind of don't like, I kind of am evolving into someone where it's like, oh, I am going to listen to the whole album, but over time.
Yeah.
Oh, and then SZA's deluxe album's really good. Sports Car is really good. And then basically the rest of the music I listen to is just music from the past few years. I feel like that's what's funny is like 50% of the music I listen to is not like really fresh.
Oh, yeah.
What about you? Is it mostly fresh music?
It's kind of a mix. It just depends. Like if somebody I like has released.
Yeah, then that
because
would
then
be on, like,
there is
repeat.
dry months. Like I feel like there's dry times where I'm like nothing. I don't like any new music. But then there's times where like there's too much and I can't keep up.
Oh, like this Friday, Lady Gaga's new album is coming out, so that's an album where I'll have to listen to the whole thing.
Yeah, it's gonna be insane. Hey.
Yeah. So I've been having this in my podcast notes for a while, basically just looking at the top box office and Billboard Hot 100 and just seeing like, are we with the times? Like, do we know of all these things, you know?
Oh, yes, because we just said our favorite music, and now we'll see what's actually in the top 10 of the Billboard and see, is our taste aligning with the zeitgeist?
Yeah, so I think this would technically be last week's Billboard Hot 100, but, you know, it's very recent.
It's Tuesday when we're recording this, though.
But don't they not update it?
Oh, it is, yeah, like a week behind. I don't really get it, but yeah.
Yeah, so the number one song is Kendrick Lamar and SZA, Luther. I do love this song, but I haven't really listened.
Was that at the Super Bowl?
Yeah, I remember you said, oh, I've heard it, but you...
Oh, it's that song I said, oh, I recognize that song?
Yeah.
Oh, so it's an older song?
No, it's new.
Okay, for some reason I would know it if you heard it, but when you said SZA, all I can hear is the grass is always greener on the other side. The song she did for Trolls, but I remember it was playing the Super Bowl, and I was like, oh, I like this song.
Oh, it goes like, if it was up to me, I wouldn't.
Oh, that's a hit.
Because I was like, you have to know that. Yeah, I like that song. I just haven't listened to it recently. Die With a Smile. When this song came out, I listened to it like quite a lot. But now I don't, but I like it.
It's crazy how these songs just last forever.
I know, it's actually so cool for, like, that's exciting.
Okay.
The next one is Not Like Us, Kendrick Lamar. He's all over this because he did the Super Bowl a few weeks ago.
Sense.
Both of us know that song. So we know the top 3 songs.
Mm-hmm.
Number 4 is TVF by Kendrick Lamar. I remember one time
I don't know that.
Like one time we were going somewhere to film a video and we listened to his whole album. So we have heard it, I guess.
Oh,
But
yeah.
I know I remember he performed at the Super Bowl, but that one I'm not that familiar with. Number 5 is Shabuzi About Tipsy. That's crazy. That song has
song
like,
is
oh,
still
that song has been
popping.
popping for a while.
Everybody in the bar getting tipsy.
Everybody. And then, and then it's like sampling or something, that one song.
Yeah.
So that song I never really like actually listened to, but I like it.
That's so weird how these songs are so popular though that you never once have to yourself play them and you just know them.
No, that's what's crazy is I feel like that kind of opens my eyes to like, oh, we kind of do still live in a society where like the culture is so like, it's not like just because the internet's so big, you won't hear things. Like just living your life, like going to grocery stores
How
and
does
stuff,
that
you hear
happen
these
though?
songs.
Because I don't listen to the radio and no one does. But it's just you just hear it still somehow. Like somehow it still permeates into your brain.
Like you'd be at like Justice and it'd be playing. And I think that's how you hear it.
The mall. I don't even go to the mall though, but yeah, somehow it goes into my brain.
Yeah. The next one is Apartment. I don't think it's called Apartment, but by Rose and Bruno Mars.
Tati.
Yeah. That one
I think I might have butchered. I always thought they were saying A P to P to T, but I don't think that is what's happening. Is that what's happening?
I think they're saying apartment, but in another language.
Oh yeah, that's a catchy song.
Yeah, I like whenever like that's a song that I haven't really listened to, but it like does get stuck in
Yeah, I
your
think
head.
I just heard that from when we went on a cruise.
Oh, so you hear these songs on cruises.
Yeah, once you're cruise people, you hear all the songs.
And then Birds of a Feather by Billie Eilish.
Birds of a feather. Okay, so the top 10, that actually makes sense. I thought when we saw the top 10, we would be like, I don't know this song at all. Like there'd be one at least. Like I know some of those Kendrick Lamar songs I don't know actually, but I know who he is. But a lot of times in the top 10, there's things that you haven't even heard of.
Oh yeah, right now and then it's
so we're in touch.
Pink Pony Club, Lose Control. That Lose Control song, like Oh, yeah. I think that's it.
I think I know that.
Yeah, that song is like, yeah. Okay, but yeah, that's the top 10, so we're familiar with that. Now let's look at the top 10 box office and see. We actually haven't been to the movies for a while, so I feel like we won't be that familiar
I know, is this like
with
a
it.
dead time for movies?
I
swear this might be a time where not that many movies get released.
Well, for example, like number 3 is the Monkey, and I do want to watch that. I just haven't yet.
Oh, is that about, what is that?
I think it's a scary movie.
Oh, it's a scary monkey movie. Like, I don't know if I'd be ready for that.
Yeah, I want to watch that. Like, remember at the beginning of Nope? There was a TV show and a child actor got their face bit off
That's
by a
what I
monkey.
thought
That was
of.
so sinister.
I know.
The number 1 movie right now is Captain America: Brave New World.
I had no idea there was a new Captain America.
Yeah, I didn't know that either. And then number 2 is Last Breath. Not familiar.
No, I feel like we aren't going to know any of these.
Yeah, and then the next few are a bunch of cartoon movies. Yeah, like
Oh, so it's like, it could be cartoon season right now.
yeah, because Dogman, Paddington, I watched one of those in Peru. Mufasa, but we have watched one movie on this list. We watched One of Them Days with Keke Palmer and SZA. We know that movie.
Okay, we know that one. But it's
Yeah.
so weird with certain animation movies that I feel like I couldn't watch them. Usually this doesn't happen, but for some reason, the aesthetic of Paddington, I remember I saw the preview, and I just can't watch that movie for some reason. I don't know why, but why is it different? I just think it's this aesthetic that I'm not meant to see it. And if I do see it, like something bad will happen.
No, is this okay? Because for me, when I saw it, I felt like I had to watch one of the movies, so I did. Are you talking about it looks a little bit too like real or something? Is that what you're saying? Like it kind of looks like scary in a way?
Yeah. Or like it's like British or something.
I think it
That's not even like I'm against British things, but for some reason when I saw it, I was just like, I can't watch that.
I was the opposite when I think it came out like so effing long ago, but like a year ago, I was like, I want to watch it. So then I did watch it.
I think it's also because isn't it like a fox wearing a little pirate hat? Is that what's happening? Or like a hamster?
I'm pretty sure it's like
A gerbil?
it's like a cub. And like,
Is he wearing like a little hamster? Like, is this whole thing like I searched the world? That's why I just wasn't like, I couldn't get on board.
well, yeah, I guess this one's called Paddington in Peru. So
The one animated movie that I actually need to watch, our sisters always hype up Sing. Specifically Sing 2. I think that's like a DreamWorks animation. And that I have to get into because they always rave about it. And if there's any Sing 2 fans out there, let us know if we should get into it.
I feel
and why.
I do want to watch that just because of all the rave I've been hearing from our family.
I feel like DreamWorks animation is kind of like a fun other dimension. Like,
so is that owned by like a big... Is it owned by Disney or no?
No, DreamWorks is its own thing. But like, I haven't even really gotten into these movies, but like Despicable Me and stuff. Like, I am intrigued. I think that might also be like Cloudy with a Chance of Meatballs. Is that
Cloudy with a Chance of Meatballs? I F with.
What about Despicable Me?
No, like so. Yeah, I feel like this. I'm not totally against cartoon movies, but I'm definitely more likely if I'm at the movie theater and let's just say it's a random weekend, someone said watch a movie. I'm definitely more likely to pick a real person movie. Like for example, the Paddington one I think I would watch, but Dogman and Mufasa, I don't know why, but something with those two movies, I just don't really have a desire to watch either of them. What about you?
Is Mufasa the one that was out around Christmas?
Yeah.
Yeah, I didn't even watch the remake with Beyonce and stuff that came out a few years ago. Is this like a continuation of that?
Yeah, I think it's like the next part of that.
I just like, maybe that goes into the Paddington thing. I think it is. They're both the same aesthetic.
Yeah,
it is like where they're these digital animals, but they also have like this real fur.
Yeah.
Something about it I just can't watch for 2 hours.
Because I think they do have that in common.
Yeah, so that's what it is, I guess.
Like with Despicable Me, like I think I would watch it, but like I think the only way I'd watch it, and I hope this doesn't happen, is like if I was in a hospital bed for like a month. Like I feel like honestly,
it does give that vibe.
No, yeah, I feel like because in regular life I don't need those vibes, but I feel like if I was in a hospital bed for a month, I would be like, this is so depressing. I hate this. So I guess watching Despicable Me will maybe rise in my mood.
I know. I feel like if you're like about to die in a hospital, that's when you pull out the Minion movie.
I know. I feel like
what
that's
else
why
can you do?
Yeah.
That is so sad. Okay, well, should we head out?
Yeah, I feel like we talked a lot of shit. There's going to be a bunch of people mad and shit.
Pop Culture Hot Topics with Lucas and Jacob. Signing off.
Bye.